So I thought I'd do a little recap on the two projects that I've been working on over the summer, which are not 100% complete, but 99.8. First is the tank system. So this has all been in and running for, operational for I don't know, a month or so. I ran it on the pump for a week, something like that. Off the freshwater tank. All worked good. Water heater's working good on electric. I haven't plumbed the hot water system through it yet from the diesel heater, but while I'm parked here, the electric works fine, and it actually works on the inverter fine too. I've got enough battery capacity to run it fine as long as I can recharge within a reasonable amount of time. This expansion tank that I have here is one of the things I want to redo. I want to take this off of here. I was in a bit of a hurry to get it working and see if it worked. So what I'm going to do is take one of those 90s, which I don't have here anywhere, but those you saw me using them on the other side there, where you just curve the PEX pipe. Oh, this thing doesn't want to focus very good, does it? Anyways, and I'll bring it, rotate that T there down horizontal, and put a nice curve in it, stand this expansion tank up straight, and build a mount for it. Right now it's just kind of sitting there. So that's one thing that has to be done yet before you can call it completely finished. And hang on a bit. Now there's one of those angle brackets I was talking about there, just to curve the 3/4 inch PEX pipe. So I use that on the other side. So everything's working here. It's working well. Water tank is full. I'm not real thrilled with that. I don't know exactly. It bulges up like that before it starts to pump water through the overflow and the vent. So I don't know if there's anything I can do about that or not. I have to think about that for a bit. Anyway, because this is all going to be, the other thing has to be done before I can call it completely finished, is I want to cover this all in a stainless panel on this side, just with access panels to access all the valves and the dump valves. So I probably won't get that to that. Well, I'm sure I won't. I won't get to that this winter. That'll be a next spring thing. There's all the handles for the dump valves. Black tank, gray tank, and black tank rinse. So if you remember when I was originally building this, the gray tank, that valve, this valve here, will dump gray water through the black tank to rinse it. All working well. It all works just fine, but I don't have, like I say, I haven't had time to put the covers and all that kind of stuff on it, so I probably won't get that till next spring. It's almost the end of October now, so another thing I'm thinking about doing is putting a piece of 3/4 inch or 3/8 inch plywood vertically down through here between the tanks, just so they don't rub against each other. I mean, they're rubbing against the plywood, so I don't know if there's a whole lot of difference, but but I think I'll put it in there anyways, just for fun. So anyways, that is pretty much the plumbing system. And the other system that I was working on is the lithium battery bank, and that has been running for a little over a month as well, and it is working really well. I got, it takes a little while to kind of fine-tune everything and tinker with it, and get all the settings the way you want them, but I need more solar, panels, but I already knew that. So, but I ran. So I've tested it a few times. Like just run the bus on the battery and inverter for. It'll run it for 36 hours with no charging, and that's running. You know, I've got incandescent lights, and that pulls a kilowatt with all the lights on. So you know, if I put LEDs in there, that would be a lot more efficient. That's also in the fall here where the furnace is running a fair amount, so you know, it's pulling a fair amount of current just to run the fans and, you know, that sort of thing on the furnace system. So, you know, in the summertime when you're camping out somewhere or whatever, I'm sure this will last a lot more than 36 hours. But at this point, that's where it's at. So I'm charging these to 28.2 volts, which seems to be working well. It's 3.5, just a little over 3.5 volts per cell. Seems to be working just nice. It's not overcharging them, and it goes into float, and the voltage drops down to about 3.5, 3.4, something like that. And then the solar keeps it just keeps it in float there, and takes about 3 days for it to drop down that far. For some reason, I have a 5-watt draw on something. I don't know if it's the BMS or the smart shunt or what. That's you know, but something's pulling 5 watts, which is, you know, virtually nothing, but it does drop the voltage down over the course of a few days, and then the solar just keeps it at 3.5 volts, which is, I think, where it needs to be anyways. So that's working well. Still haven't gotten rid of the old battery bank. Dad's thinking he wants to try and see if we can find 6 good cells, and we have another inverter, and maybe we'll put it down at the shop down there, and rather than run the generator all the time. We'll see. I don't know if there's 6 cells left in them or not, but you know, we can test them before we scrap them. So that's pretty much it for those 2 systems. I'm in the process of doing the kitchen, and I am and the central vacuum system. So that's in the works as well. So till next time.